After a really tough loss on Christmas Eve in Pittsburgh, the Raiders now fall to 6-9. We talk about the game and we also listen in on Josh McDaniels' live presser and other Raiders news. It all goes down next right here on Hammers.House.
The United States are strongly encouraged to shelter in place to avoid being attacked or taken hostage. To shelter in place, take the following precautions. Close all windows and doors, and all lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official, the original, the only house for Las Vegas Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Welcome to Hammers House. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys got everything you wanted and more. And I hope you, most importantly, were able to spend time with your families. Let's do a quick roll call. Mason Blue, Raider Trojan, Damon Johnson, the real unknown. Appreciate everybody that's pulling on up. Josh McDaniels is actually going to be live with his weekly presser, his Monday presser momentarily. We do have it up. I hope everybody's able to hear it. We are on a totally new platform today. It's probably going to be a platform that we'll be going back and forth with between this and Streamlabs moving forward. I don't believe I'll be using StreamYard anymore. Perfectly fine. We can have guests on as well. If you guys want to pull up today and sound off, we can do that. I will put the link in the chat at some point today. Let me start looking through this real quickly, just seeing what you guys have to say. Like I said, this is all new. Everything is brand new right now. It's going to take some time getting used to, but I think it's pretty much the same with StreamYard, so we should be good. Let me see what Damon has to say. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, guys. So it doesn't one on top. Happy belated Merry Christmas, Hammer, to you and your family. I'm glad you're having this podcast early today because I got a lot of shit to say. Good. The more, the better. I want to hear what everybody has to say today. It was a day off. I think moving forward on days off, I'm going to try to take advantage and go back to the times that I used to be on early in the day for you guys because that seemed to bring a lot of people in, and we always had a good time doing that. So I'm going to start doing that from here on out. Let me highlight the real unknown now. Hammer, there's a rumor going around saying that Carol Davis came out and spoke saying that she'll match anything to keep Jacobs and everyone else while getting Brady next season. Is that true? That's new. That's new to me. I have not heard anything like that. That's very, very interesting, though. I'm just going to say right now, after that performance that Derek Carr put on yesterday, he should be gone. And if the Raiders are considering bringing Tom Brady over there, are a fucking fool. You know what? We take this as it goes at this point, brother. Trust me. I have my qualms, my feels about Tom Brady, and they're not all for the good reason. So the Raiders don't need a past. They need a future. That's a fact. Brave. Good morning, Hammer. Merry Christmas to you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Nation Nightmare, salute. Chaos, salute, brother. Matrix, what's good? Teen, how are you? I fear we'll lose Josh. He was pissed. Look, anybody in their right mind, anybody that doesn't like to lose is going to feel the same exact way. You seeing the same things over and over and over again. A star running back that just made the Pro Bowl, a running back that is in the top 3 right now, you would be pissed off too if you're not carrying the load like you were either. You all of a sudden steer away from the run once again. You steer away from things that were working. Couple costly penalties were huge issues for us. That one face mask by Foster Moreau killed a really long run by Josh Jacobs. 3 interceptions by Derek Carr, completely unacceptable. This isn't a Carr bash. This is watching the game, observing, analyzing. 5 games. In his last 5 games, Derek Carr has thrown 9 touchdowns and also 9 interceptions. In 3 of those 5 games alone has totaled 7 interceptions. So I want people to sit here and try to defend him now. Looking at a whole bunch of passes that he tried to throw to Tay, don't know where the hell you were looking or who you were really trying to get it to. You're throwing it over his head. You're throwing it close. You're throwing a lot of stuff away and out of bounds when there was no pressure on you. Come on, man. I don't want to. I don't want to hear from the people that are, oh, he's a great guy. That's great. But nice guys, realistically, are the ones that always finish last. I'm living proof of that shit. Being nice can only get you so far. Being, if you guys can hear these, if you can hear McDaniels, please give me a thumbs up right now. Let me know that you guys can hear this, please. Yes, no.
Contained the passing game as long as we could, and then they made a few plays there at the end, obviously to drive the ball and score at the end. So at the end of the day, just hard to win with 10 points. It's just difficult to do that. And I thought we, like I said, I didn't think we went there and the conditions affected us. That's not the case. I thought we played decent in that regard, but just didn't have enough to show for it.
Josh, over the last 4 games, Derek's completion percentage is 55% or below. He's got 9 interceptions over his last 5 games. Especially at this point in the season where you would figure that maybe things would be trending up, understanding the offense. Anything that you could put your finger on why it's going in that direction?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons, obviously, for that, and I don't put everything. It's never on one person. And that's our responsibility, my responsibility. And at the end of the day, the passing game and the production of the passing game, usually has a lot to do with, how we protect, the routes we run, the ability to read the coverage together, throwing and catching. There's a lot that goes into that. So I know that statistic gets applied to just one person, but certainly there's other factors. So I mean, look, that's not good enough. You know what I mean? And for us to be able to win at this time of the year and be productive offensively, you have to throw the ball, better than what we've thrown it at times here in the last month and a half. We've been able to win some in spite of that, overall, but clearly that's not the goal. The goal would be to be more productive than what we've been.
And I know that you're mentioning, obviously, there's a lot of reasons, factors, but do you need your quarterback to play better?
Yeah, I mean, look, we all can do better. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, if we're sitting in the meeting room today thinking that we played great over the last however long it is, I don't think that's really the case. You know what I mean? We all can do better, and we should, and we need to, and we can coach better. So we're all in this together. That's the way it's going to be, and you win and lose as a team. Offensively, you're productive as a group, not as one individual or a bunch of individuals. So Everybody, can do better, and I'm sure he'd be the first one to tell you that he could do the same thing. So,
Josh, statistically, I mean, I know there's still a chance for the playoffs, but realistically, they look to be out of reach. And I'm curious, as you look at the long term of the team, Derek's contract, if he's injured, is guaranteed moving forward. So if you guys continue to play him, is that hey, we're sticking with him in the future? Or is that all things that have to be talked about?
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are going to go into that bucket once we kind of sort through after tonight. There's other things too. I mean, we have guys that, Divine, is that worth playing, not playing, coming off IR, it's the guys that got injured, here this week or have some things that are nagging them. I think there's a lot of things that you start to, talk about relative to taking care of the people that are dealing with things like that, injuries or contracts, what have you. I think you got to consider all that stuff. We just got back in this morning, you know what I mean? So we're going through the game. We're going to coach the game and correct all the things that need to be corrected. The reality is we haven't had any conversations about those things yet. And, as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm sure we'll sort through some of those things. But, we're aware of all those things too.
Could be a possibility that maybe you turned it.
I think there's a possibility that we would do the right thing regardless of the position. You know what I mean? Just in terms of the team. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Chandler went down, Denzel went down. Rushing those guys back. Divine is another one. I mean, there's a lot of things that could go into this. So I'm not going to get up here and prognosticate everything at this point. Like I said, we're going to get in here and coach the game and correct that, and then I think in due time make the right decisions, hopefully to protect those guys that we should protect, relative to health, and then also do the right thing for the organization as we go forward.
Was it just a game flow that kind of made the game go away from Josh Jacobs and not give him?
No, it wasn't. I give them credit. They were kind of, in a nutshell, we would put one group out there and then they would put a group out there with one more big guy than what we had, and I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but there were times we're out there with 3 defensive backs and 4 front, against our personnel grouping. And it made it very difficult to just keep slamming runs in there because you were either going to ask Mac Hollins to block a linebacker or, which is just not, good football in that regard. So part of their plan, like I said, they did a decent job of trying to discourage that as much as they could. We felt like we made some adjustments that helped us as the game went on, but, we didn't have the ball much in the second half, and that's our fault. You know what I mean? We kind of, created a negative play, and then it was 3rd and long, and then, penalty, and then, we had a 3rd and 25. So, I mean, those situations are, our responsibility. And so, when you can't play the game 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 4, 3rd and, it's hard to find any rhythm, quite honestly. And I would say in the second half, we didn't do a very good job offensively of establishing any rhythm. We were behind the sticks too much. We didn't make enough positive plays. We hurt ourselves with negative plays and penalties. And for that reason, he didn't get the touches that we certainly want to give him. So, I love the guy. He should have the ball more than any other player on our team, and he has. And so I love this passion, his fight. He wants to help us win in any way that he can, and we got to do a better job of being productive so we can stay out of those situations where the running game becomes difficult to stick with.
He obviously expressed himself
Yeah.
after the game.
Yep. I have no.
What your, I guess your thoughts about that, but then also, does it warrant any kind of a conversation at all, or do you just?
No, look. Our guys want to win, and look, there's been a handful of guys that have done that. It's an emotional sport. It's an emotional game. Hell, I wasn't real excited after the game either, and so I think the reality is you're allowed to be frustrated. You know what I mean? I think you handle it in the right way and you do things the right way. And JJ expressed his feelings, and it is what it is. You're going to have that at times, But I've said this a number of times. I love the guy, and I think he stands for the right things, and he wants to help us win, and he should, and he has, and so. Look, there's a lot of things that are going to, I'd say, be evaluated here as we go forward and try to make decisions that are in the best interest our team and our organization and try to end, like we've talked about a number of times this year. We got to try to create something that's sustainable so that we're not sitting here having this conversation, next year and beyond.
When you look at the lost leads in the second half of the season, is there any unifying theme, or is it just basically game by game?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're all different. Each game is different. And this one, we're ahead and we need to get further ahead. The longer you give an opponent in this league an opportunity to keep taking swings at you to try to take the lead, when it's a 7-point game, a 4-point game, whatever it is. I don't know how many possessions they had in the second half, 6 or whatever it was. I mean, you give them that many opportunities at some point, they have good coaches and good players over there and, they make some plays and that's what happens. So, we have a lead. We have to create a bigger lead, and that's just the way that the league goes. And if you don't, then you're going to have to play great defense the entire game and, hold them to single digits and all that to win, and that's difficult to do.
Josh, I'm not discussing any specific player. I'm just going to ask you an evaluation question. When you are looking at guys and you see all their physical talents, do you also weigh the mental mistakes and things they cost you to determine whether or not what their future is with the Raiders?
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that go into this. Obviously they're all talented. They wouldn't be here if they weren't. So that's one thing. But their ability to handle pressure, their ability to think and react and adjust during the course of a game, their ability to adjust week to week with the game plan and then be able to go out and execute it with their teammates, their ability to communicate. That's a huge part of every team's, ability to win and play good football. Their value in terms of overall position flexibility, what they give us in the kicking game, what they give us on their unit, can they play more than one role, their durability, their ability to be available for us, as many weeks as possible. So everything is going to get evaluated in that regard. And then, look, you want to try to make, you want to try to create a team that's, tough, smart, and dependable under pressure and, is durable and can handle, adversity. That's what we're trying to aim for. I don't know that it's a finished product yet, and so we're gonna do everything we can to win these last 2 games, starting with San Fran this week, and then, we'll see what happens after that.
All along, you said you could take care of what you could take care of. It wasn't you couldn't look at what other teams
Yep.
were doing in terms of the picture, but everything kind of fell into place positively except for your
Yep.
result. How much more frustration does that add, or is there some optimism of like, hey, there is still that glimmer of percentage chance, or is it more frustration at what could have been?
The frustration was with the result of the game that we didn't do enough coaching or playing to win it. At this point, I think all the energy you spend doing that is really, it's unnecessary. I don't know really what it helps us do or accomplish this week. So, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna coach the game, correct the things we can correct this week, and then, move on to the next one and do everything we can to win this one. And then, like I said, we don't control those other factors. The only thing we can control is ourselves and our performance. So, which there's plenty to fix.
Chandler and Denzel, do you have any updates on them?
No update other than, they both, I'd say incurred some injuries that could, affect their ability to play again this year. We don't have all the things we need in terms of imaging and those kind of things. So that's all being done today, and we'll have more information, obviously, after this afternoon.
That's all good.
Good to go? Okay, thank you.
Oops. All right. So there you have it. Josh McDaniels with his weekly Monday presser. We're here, Reaction Monday. Definitely still got to talk about a lot of this stuff. And with Perryman is out for the season, guys. They're not going to tell you everything. I'm going to tell you. He had successful shoulder surgery on, believe it was yesterday. He did go to Instagram. He put a story up in the hospital bed. He is done for the season. Chandler Jones, I haven't heard much on, but Denzel Perryman, unfortunately, is done for the season. Had shoulder surgery yesterday morning. What? All right. My bad. Let me answer this question. I want to get right back into it. Real unknown Raider guy, Hammer. If you were the GM, what would you do to make our team elite? So last offseason rather, put a lot of eggs in our basket on the offense. We also gave out some extensions: Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Derek Carr. All those contracts are 2-3-year contracts. The language in Derek Carr's contract, you can easily get out of this contract where he's not getting this money. I believe the date is February 24th. We have until that guaranteed money kicks in. We have 3 options. I talked about these options a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to put them in a specific order, but this is probably how it should be. Option 1 is to have a sit down with them, talk about restructuring that contract, see what the possibilities are there. Not playing up to par, not playing up to that type of money as a starting quarterback for this team. Talk about restructuring and helping extend guys like Josh Jacobs and having some other money to play around with when it comes to offseason and free agency. Option B, you talk to them, tell them that there's a couple of teams that have shown interest in you. All we ask of you is to waive your no trade clause if you're willing to go and play for these teams. Last but not least, you look into you tell them point blank, hey, thank you for your service, but at this point in time, we're going to have to release you. Saves $110 million. It saves $30 million in cap space this coming off season. That's what I would do if I was in that position right now, realistically. Let me get back to the chat. Catch up to everybody anyways. Salute to Docs. I saw he was in here. I don't know if he's still in here, but salute to you, bro. They asked McDaniels in his presser if QB needs to play better. He said, we all do. I don't know what needs for us to look. The last few drives for the Raiders, 2 punts, 2 interceptions. Like, they're not doing enough on offense. Josh Jacobs, you see that they asked a question to Josh McDaniels about this. Josh Jacobs showing his frustration in the press conference after the game on Saturday. And like I said before McDaniels came on, if you've played any type of organized team sports, you don't want to lose. Losing is not a great feeling. And there's only so many times that you could be calm about it after a game when you're being asked questions. With the losses that this team has had this year, there's no way you don't finally say, like, fuck this, I'm done. This is bullshit. We all need to do better. And look, they do all need to do better collectively. Josh Jacobs, you're in the top 3 running backs this year. You made the Pro Bowl. Tay, he's done his thing as well. He made the Pro Bowl. Mad Max, fucking beast among men on that defensive line. He made the Pro Bowl. Those are guys that are going to be intricate parts of this team moving forward. At least I'm hoping in regards to Josh Jacobs. Hashtag pay JJ. Hashtag pay baby beast mode. But I want him here for another 2-3 years. Love his energy. I've loved the kid. Before we even drafted him, I said that Josh Jacobs is that guy. That is baby beast mode. I coined him baby beast mode. We had to have him here. But look, there's only so much one can take when it comes to losing. Like Tay, 86 receptions, 1,275 yards, 12 touchdowns this season, averaging 15 yards on average. Carr, again, for those that are just coming in, appreciate y'all pulling in. The last 5 games for Derek Carr, 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 3 of those last 5 games, 7 interceptions. That doesn't shout out a leader, guys. I was watching Raid the Tape earlier, and shout out to him. This has been one that's been going around. I've heard this living on the East Coast. I'm hearing about it. What about trading Derek Carr to the New York Jets? I've talked about this before, and again, he has a no waive trade clause in his contract. Derek Carr going to the Jets. He has said this before. I don't know how true it is, but he said if he were to ever be traded to another team that he would retire. If he were to go to the Jets, absolutely, I would retire too. The New York Jets is QB purgatory. And the New York sports media and the New York sports fan base, man, they would castrate that man in a heartbeat when he's fucking up. We see what the Jets have been doing. At least I've seen what the Jets are doing. I hear what the Jets are doing. And look, they have a great defense. They had a very solid draft, but they don't have a quarterback. They started off 5-2. Zach Wilson looked okay. He's fallen off. He's been benched twice. He got benched in the middle of the game this past Thursday night against the Jaguars. He ain't that answer either. Any quarterback that goes and plays for the New York Jets, that's where their careers go to die. He was getting booed off of the field going into halftime. They didn't bench him until like the middle of the third quarter for a practice squad quarterback that was the team's MVP throughout the preseason. I saw the kid's last preseason game when I was flying back from Cali. N1 Ballers is in here. Didn't your team just straight no Vaseline and get the dog shit knocked out of them? Get the fuck out of here. Go sit on a donkey's fucking podcast. Oh, wait, they probably don't have one. Fuck out of here. Going into that game Saturday night, they did have the scenarios in regards to playoffs and everything for us. The situation went as follows. We had to win to continue. If the Steelers lost, they were out. But when it came to our scenario, we also, had we lost, the only way we were going to be eliminated is if the Dolphins and the Chargers both won or tied. Dolphins lost yesterday. Chargers are on tonight. You heard them in the presser mentioning a little glimmer of hope. At this point, I don't care about playoffs. I'm not going to talk about playoffs. I've been saying this for weeks on end that I was taking every game 1 week at a time. Earlier in the season, when that downward spiral began, I said that we're probably looking at a 5-12, 6-11 team if shit kept going. We've blown a shit ton of 7+ point leads throughout this year. We blew another one this past Saturday night. In regards to that upon itself, it's just completely unacceptable. And honestly, like, everybody's been so hyped these last couple of weeks. We go into halftime. Whoever it is we're going against, they only have 3 points. I keep telling people, shit ain't over. Just wait. Shit ain't over. Am I saying that I want us to lose? No. But every time we have a lead and we've had these teams, our opponents, going into halftime with only 3 points, they always find a way to fucking come back. Josh McDaniels steering away from things that work. It was cold as fuck out there. Oh, we couldn't get it to Jacobs. No, that's bullshit. You're steering away from what works. You're airing it out for all the wrong reasons. You have a lead, right? Eat the clock. Run the ball. Eat the clock. A couple of the interceptions, definitely questionable. That one to Moreau, it was another one where the ball was in his hand and couldn't make a play. The last one of the game, oh, God. Funny enough, I believe two of the interceptions were passes intended for Hunter Renfrow as well. So he's trying to get Renfrow involved. Renfrow was out for several weeks with the oblique injury. His first game back last week, they pretty much had him in a rotation just to get him reacclimated again. Saturday, he was in for a pretty amount of time. Penalties, bro, they fucked us up too. Frank, you're absolutely right. Penalties definitely fucked us up. Like I said, that one face mask penalty on Foster Moreau when Jacobs could have ran for over 20 yards. Lack of discipline. How do you let shit like that happen? It's just, I love this team, guys. Don't get me wrong. I love this team, and you guys know I will sit here. I will call players out, but I will give you your flowers when you're doing well. But at this point now with Derek Carr, this isn't me being a Kardashian. This isn't me being a Kardashian. At this point, 9 years, bunch of different coaches, average at best. It's time to move on. It really is. You were given all the opportunities. You're giving, look, they put all their money into the offense this year. All these weapons. This is supposed to be an elite offense. He can't get the job done. You have the elite, one of the elites, if not the elite receiver in the NFL, in Devontae Adams. And it's like all of a sudden, it's just you're squandering the shit away. Like, look, it was Tay's birthday. It was your best friend's birthday. And it was only held to 3 receptions? Because every other thing that you threw to him was over his head or not in the perfect spot? Come on, man. Come on. The O-line hasn't been addressed in 2 years. The O-line needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed in the draft. Look, I said it during the offseason last year. When it came to the new league year, I said that we needed to in free agency, we needed to get a solidified right tackle, a veteran right tackle. Instead, for whatever reasons, you brought back Jermaine Illuminor and Brandon Parker. For whatever reasons, I don't know. You decide to spend a shit ton of money on the offense. Defensively, traded Yannick Ngakoue for Rock Yassin. You traded away Trayvon Mullen, which I think now we're getting a 7th-round conditional draft pick to Arizona. We signed Chandler Jones to a 3-year deal. We got Anthony Averett. We got Jayon Brown. We had Blake Martinez for a short period of time, and then he retired to go and play Pokemon Go. The money was not spent well enough, especially not on defense. This coming off season, and I've said it, other content creators have said it, the main focus needs to be the defense. We do need to attempt to get a solidified veteran right tackle through free agency. If not, I look at maybe the second round for an offensive lineman. Nine targets, JT. 9 targets. But if you watch the game, you see exactly where the ball was ending up majority of the time. Over his head or out of bounds. Come on, dude. We have many holes at each level, but the number one thing has to happen is get rid of Carr. Yep. We definitely need to fix the O-line, but we need another quarterback. Look, I've been fair enough where I've said, hey, and this was the options I just gave. This is the options I gave a couple of weeks ago. Like, we can go the route of, hey, can we restructure this contract? Can you help us with this? Like, we will extend Jacobs. We will draft a quarterback. We'll draft a quarterback maybe in the 3rd round and let him develop behind you for the next 2, maybe 3 years, and he could be your successor. But it is what it is. People are blaming Adams and the defense for Saturday. Unbelievable. People that are blaming Adams and the defense, like, y'all are just really on some next level shit right now. Y'all truly don't know football if that's the case. And if I hurt your feelings, I hurt your feelings, because I'm really, really getting tired of a lot of the shit that I'm seeing, that I'm hearing. You guys want to be loyal to a player, but the team comes first. And this team is not fucking doing a good job for us as fans. Not doing a good job for the nation right now when you keep putting this product out there and you constantly see the failure. He's not been he played in 1 playoff game, and that was the wild card. And what did he do there? It's the only playoff game he's had in the 9 years he's been here. The offense should be clicking right now in all 4 gear. We got our 3 offensive juggernauts on the field with Josh in the backfield. This is either bad coaching or horrible quarterback play. Shout out to Demokes, $5 super chat. Carr to the Raiders is what Andy Dalton was to the Bengals. Look at the Bengals now since they gave up Dalton. Time for a new QB. Talk that shit, bro. Shout out to you on the $5 Demokes. Appreciate you, brother. Raiders first. Stop being fanboys. Thank you. Look, I know there's going to be people that aren't going to like that, but at this point, I always say what's on my mind. I'm not afraid to tell you guys about yourselves. I'm not afraid to tell you guys about this team. But like, look, people getting butthurt over the simplest shit. People out there making up shit. Save that shit for the birds, man. I'm so over the weirdness that has happened this year. I fucking can put everything on it right now. If this team was winning, a lot of this shit would not be fucking going on. And that's not an insult at all. It's a fucking fact of life. If we were winning right now, a lot of this bullshit that's been going on would not be going on. Bad coaching and terrible offensive line. You guys sit and believe that last coverage wasn't BS that Patrick Graham called. Look, we've seen this a couple of times, JC. We've seen this several times with Patrick Graham. And I asked you guys a couple of weeks ago, do you think Patrick Graham will be back here as a defensive coordinator next year? So, look, the game against the Rams, you're calling fucking man coverage with seconds left in the game and they have no timeouts. No, you fucking bail out. And I gave you guys a scenario if you were in that situation that Sam Webb was in. And a lot of people said, no, I'd listen to my coach. Look, I'm the one out there fucking playing. I'm the one fucking grinding out there. If I'm going to second guess your decision and my second guessing actually helps us win the game, then cool. You're going to chastise me for that. You can kiss my ass. Hammer, what signing Daniel Jones, Cooper, or Gardner Minshew and draft a Ooh, damn. Look, I've heard about the things with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has done well this year. And I definitely believe it's being a product of the system under Dable. Gardner, I don't know about. I'm just not sure. Cooper Rush, no. Like, you had flashes, but I don't think you're a starting quarterback in the NFL. You were there to step up in the absence of Dak Prescott. I don't think that Cooper Rush is that guy. Daniel Jones, again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Who the fuck drafts a quarterback out of Duke in the first round? Just because you went to Eli's passing camp or whatever. Nah, I'm not sold on him. I'm not. We're not realistically, McDaniels isn't going anywhere. He's another one that's locked in for the next 2 or 3 years. And Mark Davis has made it abundantly clear they're not firing him. Those 2 meetings behind closed doors after games and everything earlier in the season, he's not going anywhere. It's time to extend DC for another 5 to 7 years. Yeah, okay, Jamal Upton. Okay. Oh, I remember this guy. I remember that guy. Okay. Do I have moderators in here? I don't think so. I don't know. I can't see the wrench or anything right now, so take DC at a discount while he's hated on. Get DC an extension ASAP. Dude, shut up. Philip, I don't know if that's you being facetious or being sarcastic, but I don't know, dude. Perriman pick next play. Carr throws a pick. People blame the defense. Like, the shit is laughable. It really is laughable. That shit is just like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Andy Dalton had top 10 to 15 defense and was the reason why people lose. We get rid of Carr, we still have 19 other issues not not addressed. We don't get better. It's also had Ocho and TJ during the playoff runs. Okay. This is absolutely disgraceful and needs to get fixed immediately. We're in another state. We're not over in Oakland anymore. We're going to fuck around and get ran out of Vegas. Damn. Patrick Graham, straight up trash. Get rid of him. Okay. Patrick Graham equals Paul Gunther. I think we're kind of starting to see that, right? Just a little bit. We don't care, Carr. We just realized he has a problem. Time to move on. That's the thing. People, it's last year, for those that were around that watched me last year, look, I said it. And I gave a list of teams that look, he could succeed with these teams. Now, we saw Matthew Stafford and what he did his entire career in Detroit, right? First year with the Rams, he's got a whole bunch of weapons on offense. He has a solidified defense. They won a Super Bowl. I gave a list of teams last year. I talked about it on Saturday night. The Bucks, the Colts, the Texans, the Saints. Those could all be teams that he could potentially succeed with. I really think at this point in time, a change of scenery might do him well. I really do. I'm not putting the Giants or the Jets for the simple fact that he would not survive after a week. Like, no way. If he was smart and they were like, "Oh, the Jets are interested," the Giants, no. I'm not waiving my trade clause for that. Nope. We need to upgrade from Carr, not make a lateral move. That's a fact. Anthony Richardson, a lot of people keep talking about him, Ruben. Daniel Jones, are we serious? Man, just draft a QB from Navy or Army. That exactly my point, JT. Exactly my point. Guys, Joe Burrow had the worst offensive line last year and made the Super Bowl. You can't make this up. That's a fact. See, a lot of people down the board now are in agreement. And look, it's not people. This isn't hate. This is people that have watched as well and feel the same exact way. Like, dude's not playing up to par. I personally think this draft should be used to get defenders and offensive linemen. We're not going to find a future quarterback coming out this year's draft. Not going to happen. Look, if we go that route without a quarterback, then cool. But that also means that most likely Derek Carr is going to be back here next year. And if that's the case, I just hope it's under a restructured contract. I hope he has that right tackle. I hope this defense is totally fucking revamped as well. Got to be smart about these decisions this coming off season. Joseph, salute, bro. I can't with this troll. Dude, it's fucking annoying. He's telegraphing all of his passes to Devontae. Everybody on the field, defense knows where he's going to go with the ball. Why is he doing that? Hunter is out there and Darren Waller is back. I don't know, but the ones that he threw to Darren Waller weren't not Waller to Hunter Renfrow. We saw what happened. 2 of them were interceptions. Let me catch back up to you guys. I'm sorry. This is really, I'm enjoying this right now with you guys. I'm enjoying the interaction. Shout out to Demokes. Carter the Raiders is what Andy Dalton knows. Bengals. Oh, I already read that one. You know what? I'm actually far behind. I'm sorry, guys. It's taken a lot to trying to catch up with you guys today. I appreciate everybody that's in here though. All right, Raider Reaper on the $2. 1 more year with Carr and tank for Arch. Arch has 3 years, is going to have about 3, maybe 4 years to go, man. Arch is coming to Texas this coming September. So it's going to be another 3 years before that happens. So that would more or less mean keep Carr for the rest of his extension. Is that what you want? We need to keep the Detroit Lions and Ford family out of this conversation. They had Barry Sanders and Herman Moore and couldn't even make the fucking playoffs. Dysfunctional franchise. That's a fact. I've been the biggest Carr supporter even this year, even if we're going to lose him. With what's wrong with seeing what we can at least do without him. Come on, keep Carr is literally insanity. I'm glad a lot of you guys are seeing it this way, and I'm glad that this isn't. I'm glad I'm not sitting here having a fucking dick measuring contest over my views and how you guys feel about it as well, because a lot of people seem to be on board with this at this point. It's that time for him to go, man. It really is. It seems that the head coach is more to blame for those blown double digits. 502. I will put him in the middle of it as well. Again, he's been up there for the weekly poll of the shit the bed loser of the week, where he steers away from things that were working in the first half, and then all of a sudden you're not doing it in the second half. If it's not broke, don't fix it. He's fixing shit that is perfectly fine. Or he's changing shit that's perfectly fine, and it's unacceptable, man. But it doesn't help that you have look, Josh McDaniels can't play. Patrick Graham cannot play. You guys are supposed to be setting them up to succeed. And again, that the drives in the second half on offense, 2 punts, 2 interceptions, punt, interception. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Carr has 28 interceptions and counting in the last 2 seasons. And in the last 5 games, he's thrown 9. In 3 of the last 5, he's thrown 7. I don't get it. Caleb Williams is a guy that's on my radar. Like, I've seen things here and there. Again, I didn't really watch college football this season. I will start getting into things once the season is officially over. I can start breaking down game film and giving you guys my my draft prospects, guys that I will continue to look at. But I really have not watched college football. We lost Jacobs, for Christ's sake. That post-game outburst is pretty clear. John Luca, what if he gets what if he does get an extension from us? Do you think he takes it? Jamal, do you actually watch? Oh, Jesus. 9 years, 7 different head coaches, no playoff wins. Yeah, buy a car. Jacobs needs 220 to tie Marcus Allen. He's got 2 weeks left to do it. What quarterback that's a veteran can't get in there and make audibles? Damn, what the coach. And that's the other thing. Like, I jokingly said it a few weeks ago. We know that Derek Carr is a Christian man and he's not one to curse, but I think there's only so much you could take where you just don't blow up on your head coach when he's calling shit that maybe Carr sees on the field that it's like, yo, that's not going to work. And you audible out of it and he questions you. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. I'm the quarterback. Let me get this team to win. But I don't know. I don't know. Carr's digressed this season. He doesn't step into the throws, and he looks like his shoulder is about to fall off when he throws a deep ball. Again, and nobody's in here. Austin, were you in Raids live before? Because I'm pretty sure I saw somebody else mention that. Was that you? What do we know on Chandler Jones at this point in time? Because I haven't seen anything. The only one that I clearly knew about was Denzel Perryman. He did have surgery on the shoulder yesterday. He's definitely done for the season. Chandler Jones, I have not heard anything. So if anybody has anything for us or for me, let me know. Shout out to Desert Raider. I'm not a fan of Desert Raider at all right now because he might have ultimately won the pigskin pick'em this year. So I'm not too much of a fan of Desert Raider anymore. I'm just fucking with you, bro. Merry Christmas. What do you think about Brady? I think I would probably throw up in my mouth if we were to get Brady here. It would just be so weird. It's very strange to see him in our headquarters, let alone in silver and black. Like I can't picture it. I really can't. Brady and Adams would be the equivalent to Brady and Moss back in the day, but I just don't know how I feel about it. What is it like? Is the writing on the wall? Alex just said interceptions not on coaches. That's a fucking fact. That's a fucking fact. There's a defensive draft coming out of college football now. No, you're absolutely right, Damon. You're absolutely right. Okay. Well, I figured the way he went down, he was out for the season, but I didn't know specifically what it was injury-wise. I knew that Perryman was a shoulder and he had successful surgery yesterday. Yeah, Carr needs to blow up and stand up when dissatisfied with plays or players. That's missing from his kid as a QB. He needs to break through that, though DA would help him with that. Look, and I feel like Tay has been one that he's not making bones about anything. Like, the media asks him questions. He's not sugarcoating shit. He's going to tell you how it is. So, this chat is like lit today. So again, I apologize. I'm trying to keep up with you guys, and it's been incredibly difficult. And we are on a new platform today, isn't first drive, 5 runs by JJ, 10 rest. Exactly. And that's what pisses me off because we've seen it throughout this year. anything 25 carries and above for Jacobs, and he's doing his thing, and they seem to succeed that way. You're steering away from what worked. It was cold as fuck out there, too. Dude has played hurt for weeks. Calf, quad strain. He fucked up his finger a couple of weeks ago, but he's still out there. He had an illness against Tennessee that everybody thought he wasn't going to play, and he flew out to Tennessee and played. That dude has heart. That dude is a Raider. I want Josh Jacobs extended. That dude has fucking heart. Yo, if I got a mod in here, which I'm pretty sure I do. Bourbon, thank you, bro. Jamal Upton needs to go. He has 1,000 accounts. He's a fucking troll. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not entertaining the fuck boys no more. I'm done. Like, realistically, which one? Fuck out. I've been a huge supporter and huge fan of Josh Jacobs before he even came to this organization. So don't put me in the middle of what y'all were saying. I got nothing against Josh Jacobs. I love the kid. So miss me with that bullshit. They let JJ Watt McDummy got to go. He's been trying to get rid of Jacob. You know what's funny? Raider Raps, appreciate you too. That preseason game, the Hall of Fame game to be exact, Jacobs went off. And right after the game, the presser, not even the presser, but right after, Saints are interested. The Eagles are interested. The Colts are interested. This team's interested in him. The very next day, McDaniels said he ain't going nowhere. Then you barely utilized him the first few games. Then it kind of just like clicked. Oh, yeah, we should be using him more. You started this season with a 53-man roster of a depth chart of running backs 6 deep. Realistically, you knew who your cowbell was going to be. And you had to wait, 3-4 games to really start utilizing him and him take off? He probably could have been over 2,000 rushing yards. So do I. I have his jersey is in my closet right now. I have his rookie jersey in my closet. I love this kid. And him fucking saying what he said on Saturday after the game, I would have done the same exact thing. Same exact thing. So that's the thing. That's the thing, cool Kev, with Kamara. That whole legal situation stemming back from the assault charges from the Pro Bowl and last year, nothing's been cleared yet, and that was the thing. They pushed back the court date. He could have been suspended a lengthy time to start this past season, and that's the only reason that I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know how I feel about Brady either, but we have pieces in place. So in order to move on, DC, we upgrade. But here's the thing, Bourbon, and I don't think people realize this either. In regards to Brady's value or his asking price, we know how many discounts that he took with the New England Patriots. And I'm pretty sure that he was making around the ballpark of anywhere between $45 to $60 million a year since being with the Bucs. What do you think he's going to ask for to come here? That's another thing you have to play into consideration is the money. The money is going to play a huge role in that. Let me catch up. I'm trying to catch up again. My apologize, guys. like this, like I said, I'm using a new system and just trying to keep up with you guys. It's fun, but it's a lot. Yeah, Brady's 45. Come on, you're right. And look, I clearly think he's at the end right now, especially with his off the field issues right now. I really don't think he would be that guy. Gronk and Waller at tight end. Look, I thought about that as well. I've thought about that as well. That would be insane. Look, Tampa had a really solid D these last few years. He had a lot of weapons on offense as well. I don't know, man. I really don't know. He taking less money so he would make less than his. Oh shit, Kev, you're wrong, bro. I can't. I fucking can't, bro. Hold on, Anthony, because I did see. Here we go. I'm the leader of the Kardashian fan club, always defending Carr, going at people for talking shit on Carr. I can't do it anymore. I'm starting to lean towards getting rid of him now. I'd say, I'm sad to say. If I'm lying to myself to think that Carr can take us to the next level, yeah. I'm so sick of that. Look, realistically, the reason that he has such a long or has had such a long lifespan in the NFL, and I'm talking about Derek Carr, is because of himself. Like the league fucking protected him. With all those new rules and precautions for the quarterback, they protected him. And that's why he's got a long lifespan and a long shelf. He's been in the league for over 20 years. I don't care if Brady is 60. If he wins us a Super Bowl, the NFL wants him to win. And if that's true, why not on the Raiders? It's not like, how bad do you want a bowl? And I really like Jimmy G as your best value. I really think Jimmy G, potentially, but another one that is a very high value when it comes to his market value. His market value is high. Brady would be the Carson Palmer signing all over again, a finished QB that gets most of his yards in garbage time. Ooh, that's a very hot take. Raiders will not replace Carl with Brady. It will be go all. No, Lamar Jackson's not coming here. Cisco, and no disrespect to you, bro. I've said this countless times. If we wanted a quarterback like that, we would draft one that doesn't have the mileage that Lamar Jackson already has. And at the same time, when it comes to Josh McDaniels' offensive scheme, we saw that movie with Cam Newton. The shit did not work out well at all. Lamar Jackson is not coming to the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry, but get it out of your head, bro. If we get Brady here, players are going to want to play for less to win. Shit. Get Nick Folk as a bridge quarterback? Damn. Chaos, what's good, brother? Are you guys really saying the Raiders now are a better option than Tampa? Are you serious? Their roster is better, and he's been in the system for 3 years to come to a worse line and new players. Yeah. Brady ain't coming to Vegas anyways, ahead of the Niners for one possible Super Bowl, NFC West shitty division. After 9 years, we're not going to the next level with our QB. Please move on from Carr. You know, it's funny. We all went into this season saying that the AFC West was supposed to be like historically one of the best competitive divisions in the history of the NFL. Damn, were we wrong. We saw the Broncos get dog walked. We see what our record is right now. Not even close. Not even close. I just said no to Lamar. I'm trying to catch up with you guys again. Damn, this chat is moving today, man. All right. Oh, so all right. So Sean, thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. So it was the elbow for him. And again, it was the shoulder for Perryman. Perryman went on Instagram and put a story up and everything. He had a successful shoulder surgery yesterday. So yeah, this fucking sucks, man. The Broncos fired Hackett. Good for them. R for life. Salute, brother. How long have we been on for? Because I don't even see the clock. We've actually been on an hour already. Been a minute since we've done one of those. I'm gonna do something. I'm still in the Christmas spirit, and Christmas is over. Click on the link if you guys want to pull on up. Click on the link if you guys want to pull on up. Again, we're not on StreamYard anymore, and I don't think we're going to be on StreamYard ever again. I'm having a good time with you guys. I'm glad I'm able to have this conversation and talk football with you guys, because I feel like of late I'm not able to do that as well as I once did, and it kind of sucks. But for those that are in here, if you haven't already, oh shit, let me figure out how to do this. There we go. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell. You could also find me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. It's the same as the Instagram one. But I appreciate everybody that's hanging on out with me today. Day after Christmas. Really appreciate y'all. Fuck. Keep it real. Salute, salute, salute. Just pulled up Hammer. So sorry if you've answered this already. What would be our ideal quarterback situation next year? I gave the options. If I was in the position as a GM, I would talk about restructuring first. Option B would figure out a potential trade, and last option would be to just release them before February 24th, because February 24th is the day that the guarantee money. All right. We do got a guest. Yo.
What's up with the Hammer?
Go, bro.
What's up with the Hammer? This is Kelly.
Yo, what's good?
What's up with you? How you doing?
Chilling. What you got to say, bro?
Man, bro, we gotta get going, bro. Like, we gotta get rid of Carr. We gotta get Carr up out of here, bro. Carr gotta go. We probably gotta trade. We gotta trade Waller's contract. We gotta get JJ back. All the hate in the chat about JJ, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
I'm not seeing hate on JJ, but I see people trying to twist my words as if I was
Oh
the one.
yeah.
Like, people trying to twist my words as if I was the one that said, "Nah, I don't want him back." Like, you're bugging. I've been a huge supporter of him since even before we drafted him. I wanted him here. So I love how people try to dig up fucking shit that's not even out there just to fucking cause problems. I don't give a shit anymore.
Oh yeah, that's facts, bro. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, JJ got to stay. Carr got to go.
And when it comes to Waller, I don't know. In regards to his money, in regards to what type of draft picks people are willing to give up for him, I don't know if it's gonna happen, especially as old as he is as well. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, because he's on the wrong side of 30 there.
Yeah, so I don't know. No. I don't see that happening at this point in time, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay. KJ said, "What's up?"
What up, little man?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to get on here, chop it up with you for a little bit.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yep, no problem.
We're gonna start doing, like I said, I'm probably gonna start doing this on a regular. I'm not using StreamYard anymore, so you got we'll go back to doing the fan shows. We'll go back to doing Talk That Shit Tuesday with everybody. I definitely need you.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Definitely appreciate you, brother. We'll be talking soon.
All right,
later.
Later.
That was Raider Nation Cali. Appreciate him pulling on up. Again, I put the link up if you guys want to pull on up and sound off. You're more than welcome to. Let's hang out. Let's have a good time for a little bit longer. Manny Bruce Salvador, welcome to the vault. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. For those that haven't already, if it's your first time in here, please don't let it be your last. We're on that road to 5K. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Trade Renfro. Hold up. I'm gonna put it back in the link in the chat right now. Hold up. All right, it's back in the chat. Russ, appreciate you. Thank you. I just realized I think my niece is supposed to be coming over today, so I don't think I'm going to be on that much longer. Russ, I definitely appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate everybody that's in here hanging out, man. Like, the link's in the chat. The link is in. I just put it back in the chat. Yeah, my niece is actually here now, so I'm going to give you guys like maybe 5 more minutes, and then we're going to head out. DC4 sandbag so we can leave. You think so? But here's the thing, Kev. We saw DC and a presser say that if he was traded, he was going to retire. So is he going to be going back on that word? That's where it's very, very difficult to think, man. Jamal Upton said DC will get a ring by age 40. On God, that's a lot. No, he won't. Yeah, Titans locked away, so my niece is definitely here. Use the money you'd give JJ for defense, trade Waller for a second or a third, and get out of his contract, restructure Carr, and draft a QB. Hold up. With that extra second or third, why I like this. Lorenzo, I like your thought process, brother. All right, hold up. This is a weird ass name too. I kind of want to. I want to hit you over the head for that shit. You're such a jackass. What up?
I'm about to be even bigger jackass. But what's up?
At least you're not in the pool rubbing that shit in.
I know I'm at the office today, but I will say I made these because had the victory tamales just on deck.
Why you got to show me tamales when I never had one? Like, fuck you. You just love stirring the pot, bro.
I told you to send me your address. I would have sent some.
I got you. Do I have a mod in here? Get the thoughts out of here, y'all. Fuck. We haven't seen those in a long time.
So okay, let's just get out the way. Carr was inaccurate, but I just want to understand how was he accurate and solid the opening drive, 14 plays, and then drops a dime to Renfro on a Renfro route. And he looks like a totally different player when you're on par.
Bro, I said it before. He's average, bro. He's up and down all the fucking time, bro. I'm not one to protect him either. And people like you, of all people, you've been watching me for like the year and a half I've been doing this. I won't protect him. I will call him out when he's fucking up. When he's doing his thing, he will get his credit. But you can't protect that shit, bro.
No, and I hear that, and I get that when it's warranted. But I also am seeing things that I've seen with Tyrod Taylor's one of my guys. I'm seeing similarities that happened with him in Cleveland with how they wanted Baker Mayfield. And they weren't calling certain plays that would suit his skill set. So like when a lot of people bring up, oh, well, why is Tua doing so well? Why are these other quarterbacks in their first year? Well, that offensive coordinator built the offense around that guy's skill set. When Stafford went to the Rams, he brought plays specifically from Detroit that were successful.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is not doing that with none of our players.
No, look, I'm really seeing it now. And I said this several weeks ago that I really feel that like what we got out of that presser was a wolf in sheep's clothing, man, because it still seems he's talked about how he's checked his ego and this, that, and the third, but it's like, dude, I don't see it. I really feel that you're still being a dictator for this offense. You're the one that's doing the offensive play calling. It's not Lombardi.
So, because I'm gonna ask a question, and this might trigger some of y'all because I know how much we want to win. The more I've been watching tape, and like I've been going through the all 21 on that, and then I actually have been going through past years and previous years with other players. to me, doesn't it look like we're doing a limit test at times?
Yes. Yes.
So if this is a limit test year, we have to be honest that everyone has to come back to do it for a second year because what he's doing is he knows what works. Every game, pretty much our first drive looks like it's symmetry, like they move everything.
Well,
But
you
then
see how Josh McDaniels shied away and brushed that question under the rug during his presser before when he asked about the possibility of Carr being back next year and other players being back next year. He brushed his shit under the rug.
he doesn't. What I mean, but he does. But that's just coach style. That's PR talk. I don't take that serious.
I'm telling you
Every,
now, I wish I was in that position. I'm telling you now, I would have GMs, I would have owners that would fucking hate me because I would not shy away from fucking answering questions like that. I would not give a fuck.
but that's the whole NFL. It's not just us.
Yeah, you're a fucking puppet. You're a fucking puppet. And it's fucking sad, man.
It's not a puppet. It would lead to more drama in your locker room and players not wanting to come for you. Like that's just the NFL.
Do you think if this team was a little bit more successful this year? Because I'm on the plane now where I feel that this coming off season, there's not gonna be guys that are gonna want to come and play in Vegas. That's my opinion.
I mean, that's what people say all the time. And then when the time comes for people to come, they say, "Well, why wouldn't you come play in Vegas?" Like I mean, if people don't want to come play, it's not because of the place; it's because of the people.
Mm-hmm. But do you think with this environment now? Do you think with this current environment and the current state of this team that people are going to want to come and play here?
The money's right.
Okay. Curtis, let me highlight you real quick.
So, like,
people liking that what you just had to say. Let me find it again. Here we go. He's too inconsistent, panicky, makes stupid throws at critical times of games, but he does some solid throws. Yeah, he has little glimmers of solid throws, and other times he shits the bed.
And I mean,
I don't want this to be the crutch. I don't want this to be the excuse. But I've also stated this before when it comes to injuries that it's totally a mental thing, and we don't see him really run like we used to since he broke the leg. But he stays in that pocket, and it's like at times he's afraid to fucking leave the pocket. I don't know, man. It's just so much to think about with this shit. Car's serviceable, but we need – hold on. Where is it? I just fucking missed it. Carr serviceable, but we need more than serviceable. Carr has regressed under McDummy. Okay. That's pretty
now this is the rebuttal. What else has been serviceable with the Raiders ever since his time there? Period. He's been here. What's serviceable?
Nothing, because we've fucking gone in and out of head coaches over and over and over again as well. Shout out to Jamal Williams on the 199 Super. 28 interceptions in 2 years. How can you defend that? You fucking can't. And let me play that sound clip just because, we got more. Shout out to you. Appreciate you more for the Cambodian breast milk fund.
I mean, when Carl first got here, we all used to kill him for being safe. Now he's making the throws that we all want, and now we're going to kill him because he's making throws. Has he been less accurate than he has before? Yes. Is he still one of the most accurate quarterbacks when you throw the ball down the field more than 20 yards? Yes.
They just said that the last few weeks his completion percentage has been under 55%. That's fucking terrible, bro.
Okay, so I'm saying, but you can also use the argument over the course of his time in the NFL, when you throw the ball down the field 20 plus yards, he's the most accurate quarterback. So if I conflate an argument to just talk about certain stats, of course I can make you look bad, but I can also make you look good.
I feel like at this point I don't want. I gave my options. No. I'm saying I gave my options in regards to if I was in that situation as a GM, the three options in regards to Derek Carr, and I'm sticking to that at this point in time. Have the conversation, talk about restructuring. If you could do that, great. If not, I got these teams that are interested. Are you willing to waive your no trade clause to them? No? All right. Thank you for your service. We saving $110 million and $30 million this coming off season in cap space.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So I got this right here.
Hold
Carr
on. Somebody's got a question for you. Hammer, do me a favor. Ask his brother, how many more years are we supposed to give Derek Carr? How many more?
I say next year is the reevaluation. I'm not going to just kill something after 1 year. Like everyone, what you said is, as a GM, what would you do? I have to see what their plan was to begin with.
But are you going to attempt to restructure before you say we're going to bring him back next year? Because if you don't restructure this contract, you're going to be fucking locked in for $110 million over the next 3 seasons.
I mean, if that was the plan to begin with, then I have to stick with the plan. I can't deviate from what the plan was initially.
It's not a matter of their plan. It's the plan that they do have in place right now. They put some language in that contract where they can get out of it before February 24th.
Exactly. So I'm sticking with what the plan is.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I'm bailing and giving up. Even though I'm upset with Josh McDaniels, I'm still like, okay, I kind of see it. I got to stick with it. He is part of the plan. Okay, we addressed some of the issues on offense. I don't want to see us just outside of a tackle, maybe in the draft, or unless it's Justin Wyatt from Tennessee, the receiver who can take the top off of safeties. Like that's the only thing that's really I see helping out the offense is we need someone with top speed that people are scared of because that's just going to open up all the routes for Renfro and NDA.
The only receiver that I'm even thinking about moving forward, he's not even on this team. He's not even in the league yet. And I got to give it another year before we even remotely have this conversation about this kid. And that's Xavier Worthy, the slot receiver out of Texas. That kid will definitely open the top, but I'm not.
I would have to look more into him. I only like the running back.
Callie, what's good, bro?
Yo, what up with you, Hammer?
I didn't even see that you were back in the thing. Like I looked to the left monitor and saw the icon. I was like, oh shit.
Oh boy, it's Carr's uncle.
Okay. Yeah, man, I just wanted to.
And we lost him.
Hey, I already seen where it was going. I had to get him up out of here. So, car lovers need to get on. Okay, so like everyone's plan is to get a mobile guy. Has Josh ever had a mobile quarterback? Does he even know what to do with a mobile quarterback?
He did have a mobile quarterback, and that's why I'm saying now that
who was his mobile quarterback?
Cam Newton, and that project didn't work. So people in the chat before, you had to have been in here when you saw it. Oh, what about Lamar Jackson? No. And if you wanted a mobile quarterback, if you wanted a dual threat, he's not that guy. He's already got the miles on him, and he's been banged up left and right the last few years. I would rather draft a dual threat and let him fucking be behind Carr for 2-3 years. But I'm not fucking bringing Lamar Jackson here. No.
At the time they got Cam Newton, he wasn't mobile. He just had the ability to scramble. So I'm not going to do that. I believe
Lamar Jackson would fit Josh McDaniels' fucking system, and I don't think he would. I don't believe he would adjust to Lamar Jackson's abilities either.
This is okay. Like people need to be like, stop being dumb and stupid. Like, come on, y'all. Lamar is coming with the bag. So the contract Carr has now, you're going to be paying more.
Yep.
So you have less to work with. What are you like? Please use your brains.
That's another reason. That's another reason I'm throwing that shit out, because his market value, a former NFL MVP, his market value is through the fucking roof. I am not bringing Lamar Jackson to Las Vegas. I don't want to see anybody put that name in the chat anymore, because there's no way in hell that that's happening.
And people need to stop saying, oh, well, people are going to give guys are going to give teams player discounts. No, they're not. Not if they don't have history with the team. Why would I give a team discount when they're not going to give me a discount or give me an extra year if I get hurt? Like that isn't. That's so ass backwards.
Hendon Hooker, 3rd round, Demokes.
Hendon Hooker is going to be 26 years old, coming off a knee injury, and he makes the same mistakes that Carr does. Why would I bring that? Just because he can run?
Draft Anthony Richardson. Why do I? Richardson wasn't the one that went down with the ACL this year, was it?
I don't believe so. I know the kid with Tennessee
that I
did.
know went down with the ACL. I just can't remember which one it was. I could have sworn it was Anthony Richardson.
It's him. The kid from Tennessee did. The one that you just talked about.
It was Hooker. Okay.
Hooker. I mean, Richardson is going to be a project, though. He reads slower than Carr does, and he's going to be even slower in NFL when people are faster. So, like we talking about rookies, it's going to take a 3 to 4 year period, and Josh McDaniels isn't even going to really probably play him the first 2 years.
God damn,
so
this fucking turned up.
Like you already see what Josh does with rookies now. He don't play none of the rookies really.
No,
on his side of the ball.
He lets them sit behind whoever the starting quarterback is. It was Brady at the time. You saw what Brissett did. You saw what Garoppolo did, and they could have been something. They could have been the successors to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was like, "Nah, get them the fuck out of here."
So that shows how stupid and flawed people's arguments are with saying we're going to draft a rookie who could come in next year. To what? Sit on the bench? Like, what are you going to like? Come, like people don't think.
Wait, Marty Mart, what are you talking about, bro? Bruce, I'm putting the link back in there right now.
I could write a book on excuses. Okay, since facts are excuses, okay, I guess facts are excuses. And I guess Carr. I guess Carr is so inconsistent, and he leads the NFL in history in comebacks. He's so I guess that's an excuse too, right?
Will Levis is the most pro-ready quarterback in this draft, point blank, period, and he'll be first or second quarterback off the board. You're right. They ain't doing nothing, DC. Your path to victory, accept that.
No, our path to victory is getting a better defense. Is actually building a defense. I mean, we finally kind of comparable on offense. You can see it, which is why it's so frustrating because we see that the wheels are turning and it's successful, but then it's just at times it just doesn't make sense. So you see the blueprint is there.
Lux but now you explain Carr being the worst red zone quarterback.
Explain Carr like what this year or just overall? I mean, because if you don't have guys who can't get open, or if you don't have any playmakers, like then you have to be the playmaker yourself. And Carr really isn't that playmaker guy who's just going to scramble and be able to run 7-8 yards. Like you need players to score.
Yep.
and if not, then you need like shut down or lock down defenses. Like I mean, it's simple. It's not hard. Explain. I mean, you're trying moving way too fast and like.
All right.
Explain what happened against the Steelers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the resident meathead of the nation, Rob Cisneros. What up, bro?
I'm about to jump up out of here, man.
All right, bro.
But it was fun. Thank you for not sending me your address so I can eat these tamales.
Shut up. I'll hit you up later.
Later.
That was Jonathan Taylor, for those that didn't know. Rob is in here, but I don't hear him. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Rob was here, and all right. I don't know. All right, guys. I'm going to go. We have 153 people still in here. I appreciate everybody that pulled on up, man. This feels like it was probably one of the best lives that we've had in a very, very long time. So I appreciate everybody that pulled on up today. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the new subscribers. Most importantly, I appreciate you guys, the nation. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to hang out with me. This channel doesn't grow without each and every single one of you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, hold on. Guess I'm not leaving yet. Bruce?
What's up, Hammer? Hey, listen, I just wanted to ask.
Okay.
So if we keep him, if we do keep Carr, how much money would be left so we can figure what side of the ball we need to be?
I would have to pull those numbers up. but I know
Okay.
that getting rid of him, and that even sounds bad, but releasing him saves us this coming off season $30 million in cap space. So obviously we're out 30 million come next season if he's on this roster and the contract's not restructured.
Okay. I see. Well, I don't know, man. I've been a fan a long time, been watching you guys, but I just want to say thanks. But I hope that they make the right decision, because to me, Carr is just he's been here 9 years and hasn't done. You know, I don't expect Carr to be like perfect because we're human, but that last game, that was just mind blowing.
Hold up. Callie, Rob, you guys there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right. Yo, like.
All right, thanks, Sam. I'm just gonna jump down. I just wanted to ask. That's all.
Appreciate you,
Thanks,
brother.
guys.
All right, what's up, bro?
Yo, man, like, I'm in my wits end with Carr, man. Like, look, I'm a big Carr supporter. I have been ever since we drafted him. I've always been the mentality. I'm more of a fan of a pocket quarterback, honestly. That's
Right.
why I'm definitely a no to Lamar.
Yeah.
They don't last that long. Look at Cam. Look how fast Cam went down versus, say, Brady. And I know people say, oh, well, Brady's the GOAT and whatnot. But look at it. A pocket quarterback will always stay less injured than a running quarterback. And their athleticism, once that goes down, if they don't have an arm, then they have to relearn how to play the position,
Right.
which I think is a problem. As far as with Carr goes, like, I know he's a leader for our team. Well, he tries to be. But the thing is it's getting to the point where you can feel it in the locker room. People are losing faith in Carr. They are losing faith in Carr because they want to follow him. He's Mr. Rah-Rah. He's a good dude. Everybody likes him, which is 100% honest. But the thing is I feel he's just not the answer. He's just not the answer. And we need to get a younger player. Like, if we're going to keep Carr, we have to restructure. There's no way we bring him back on that contract. And then, like you were saying, we're locked in.
Yep.
And I can't put on McDaniels and we can't go back to saying, oh, well, McDaniels has a history of not playing rookies. Are you kidding me? Who was he going to start over Brady? There's no rookie coming in that he was going to start over Brady in New England. You can't use that.
Nope.
And if people really want to get down to it, he drafted Tim Tebow and started him.
Yep. So, it's just, this shit is just a mind fuck right now. And I know it's upsetting to a lot of people. And then you have people in here that, like, look, a lot of people in this chat today, and salute to all you guys. A lot of you guys have pretty much have come down with to the same consensus on this with Carr. At this point in time, it's just best to move on from him, or like I said, my three options. We can go that route as well, but it's just like Marty Mart just said, Jacobs is done with Carr. Look, Josh Jacobs did not sugarcoat a fucking thing he said on Saturday, man. He said this is bullshit. These guys come in, they bust their asses, and shit just is not getting done the right way. It's fucked up.
Yeah. I just think, like, look, I like Carr. If he really wants to stay a Raider, if he is 100% honest about that, what he needs to do is restructure. That way we can keep Josh in-house and have enough money to make moves on the defense and to get a young guy to sit behind him and learn. If he's truly about the Raiders, that's what he needs to do. He himself has to look in the mirror and be like, this is on me. He always says it at press conferences. Let's actually have him actually believe that and do something for this team to make it make sense.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, bro. Let me get my ass out of here because I definitely hear my niece and Titan is fucking turned the fuck up right now. So I'm gonna wrap this shit up, bro. Be safe. All right, guys. Now I have to go. Just saying. I appreciate everybody that pulled on up. If you haven't yet, for the 127 that are remaining in here, if you haven't already, break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell. Let's get that algorithm jumping, guys. Everybody needs to hit that like button on the way out. We got to get this seen a little bit more. But with that being said, continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID is still around. Remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Peace, love, and positivity. We out.